I shower with the hijab on? Yeah, actually I just shampooed this part right here, just in the front, and that's how I shower every single day.
Let's talk about nuclear weapons. We cannot trust Iran. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't think we can trust this country.
You're an American. You don't sound like an American when you say that, you know what I mean?
That's because I've read, you know? Yeah. My name is Hoda Katebi. I'm a political fashion blogger at Juju Azad, author of the book Tehran Street Style, and community organizer. Why do I wear the hijab? That's always a fun question, because that's such a personal question that people feel like you can just ask people out of the blue. I refuse to answer that question because it's like me coming up to you and like asking, like, why are you Christian? Like, I don't understand. It's such a personal question. Like, back off. I think people are really fixated on that question because the hijab has become such a politicized symbol, and both the US state uses it really as like an excuse for war and imperialism and justification for violence against Muslim women. It's no longer something that like I can just personally and privately do because I want to or because I choose to, but is now somehow a great political decision that everyone needs to know exactly why I'm doing it. Why do I hate America? People think I hate America because I am very against the American flag hijab. Why do I have to love a country that has committed so much violence, genocide, especially for like a Muslim woman who has seen this happen to my people in my country firsthand? But also, like, a dislike of any state is very different than a dislike of the people who make it up. I think I'm very proudly Muslim and very proudly Iranian to be in this country, and being able to be very unapologetic about that identity also raises eyebrows and has red flags raised. A lot of Americans are taught that America is the best country in the world and anyone who comes here needs to quickly be American, or they're incompatible, or they're not good enough. And so for me, saying like, no, I don't need to be white, I don't need to be white appearing, I don't need to try to look American in order to deserve respect, I think is something that challenges a worldview that a lot of Americans are taught about themselves and their identity. That question is always asked so much, but it also precludes what feminism and what Muslim means. Feminism, like explicitly white feminism, that is very exclusionary toward Muslim women, toward women of color. I'm not a feminist in that sense. For me, feminism is intersectional, and it uplifts people and women and their right to choose how to dress. This inherent idea that Islam is oppressive and the hijab is oppressive is just rooted in this question. And there's so much microaggression in a question that kind of precludes that there's some incompatibility between wanting to support women and women's rights and a faith that many women choose to be a part of. I think anger is righteous. It really is. And I feel like we have every right to be angry. And I feel like getting told to calm down is so coming from a place of privilege. I don't understand why people are not more angry when Black people are being shot down in the street by the state, or the fact that people are being drone striked and nobody knows about it. Anger is a very powerful emotion, especially when we can turn it into something that can really create change. We're over this conversation. Like, that conversation was so 2003, 2005. I think no country should be having nuclear weapons, but we're really just picking one country that can and cannot have it. People ask me a lot of questions about Iranian politics, about Middle Eastern politics. It's because we have been so otherized that we are assumed to be experts on anything that has to remotely do with our identity or surrounding areas. So if I say that I'm Muslim, I must know complete Islamic history from A to Z. I must know exactly why every single Muslim is doing anything around the world, or anyone who claims to be Muslim. But then if I'm American Iranian, then half of my identity, my Americanness, should not be questioned, should be undoubtedly pledged allegiance to. So there's also just a huge binary there as well.